Hey, how you doing? This is Jon Stan. I'm a fashion designer, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I'm in Utah now. I'm helping push the culture when it comes to style, fashion, and community. And I've been here about 2 years now. I partnered with the Jazz on a few projects. I was like, this one is gonna be my favorite one, teaming up with Kelly to come up with an exclusive hat to showcase to the city, to share what he think, what I think, what the city brings in, and to put it on a hat. I'm excited for it.
So this is one I did with New Era a while back. The clinic, that's what they call me.
Gotcha.
The Linux Clinic from Kamloops. I did this for my camp. Yeah, so when I ran a camp back home called the Olympic Clinic.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did this one a ways back, but shoot, I need some more, man. We need to get
For sure.
in the lab.
Think of a hat that will go when you on the court and you look up and you see every fan with this hat on, right? Think of a hat that from to next year would be a classic, would be a vintage custom jazz hat that you came up with. Think of something like that's the type of hat you want. What would you want to see on that hat, or what colors you want to see it in?
Okay, so if it's gonna be for a fan or something, or for me and for you, probably what you think is like, if you have a black hat, it can go with everything.
Yeah.
That's like the best thing in my personal opinion. It's like, if you got a black hat, you can wear it with green, blue, white, purple. You can wear black with everything, right? So that's why like I've always like kind of gravitated towards that black hat for sure. When you have the colors for the Jazz, it might be dope to have like a colored one for all the fans.
Yeah.
I know right now like our colors are like that black and yellow, or the throwback purple. So I think one of those for that hat would probably be the best.
Yeah.
And I think like when you vision like all the fans wearing it, I mean, I wanted to somehow represent me. KO, Snapback Kelly, something like that. I think the mountains are just so tough. You know what I mean? Because when you see mountains, you think Utah, right?
Yeah.
Like right away. Mountains are tough.
Yeah. What about home? What about, you want to showcase something for home?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm from Canada, right?
Yeah.
So, the maple leaf means a lot to me, playing for the national team. We just qualified for the Olympics this summer, so that's huge. All my family's back home. I was born in Toronto, but now I've moved out to BC, like northeast of Vancouver. It's called Kamloops. That's what you see on this hat. This was called Kamloops, Kamloops. So that's big for me. And Kamloops is like, it's like in the mountains where like two rivers kind of meet.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's honestly, the climate's a lot like here. It looks a lot like here. This place is just bigger. But I mean, family's important. Family, friends. Keeping that tight knit community.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. Salt Lake embodies a lot of how I grew up in Canada, and you walk around, everybody here is so nice, so pleasant, like treats you unbelievably. It's big time. So I mean, those are some things that I would kind of vision in a hat, and I think what you did with the All-Star one, and I think like the font means a lot, right? The font really plays a part, man.
Yeah.
Because everybody's when I saw or wear that All-Star one with the yellow and the black and says Utah, everybody looks at it and like, wait, that's a Utah hat? And like, because it's a a tough font, and like it really has that expression and like kind of expresses it in a different way.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree, because it's crazy, because when you speak about that hat, that was a hat that I had to think about, where I goes, when you think of the Utah Jazz, how could I make this hat fashionable? How could I make people in another city want to wear a hat that say Utah?
Yeah.
And I accomplished that. Like to see it in Japan, to see people wearing, I'm signing hats in Japan with that say Utah in the front of it, so that was the goal. That was the part I wanted to body. And how could I make mountains, the word Utah, make how that look fashionable?
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to caption, and I did just that. So, I feel like us, playing off of the Utah colorways, like you said, we could do the black, you could do the purple, and we could even have names for it. It could be like, obviously the black would be like, this would be, your signature hat, the hat that the color you like, and then we goes, all right, we're showcasing purple, we're showcasing the yellow.
Same thing with the purple and yellow,
And the beautiful, and the beautiful part is, anything we design, we could change the colorways.
Yeah.
So we can have different colorways.
Okay.
I feel like that is something dope, and for me, I like to tell stories when I do things. So it goes, we're gonna create a dope product. We dope individuals. We're gonna create a dope product. I feel like we're gonna do that. And so how could it be put the message across the whole board? How could we involve the city? How can we involve the players, the team? Like that's one of the part I want to body of. Hey, we sat down, we thought about the city, we thought about how that's going to impact everybody when they see this hat.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the goal. I feel like we're going to come up with something dope, you know, and we can play up the jazz colorways, we can play up the colors you like to make it more personal, and how are we going to present it? That's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
You know,
how do we get it out there? Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like obviously I wear most of my stuff backwards, right? Because when I'm playing and stuff, I can't really play like this way, right?
Yeah.
So I wear most of my stuff backwards. So I like when there's stuff
in the back?
that people can see from the back or from the front, right? So that's big for me too. I mean, this is obviously amazing because you see it. Yeah. But for me, it's like something in the front or that's big, right? Yeah. That's because that's the way I rock.
I like it.
You know, and I love when I go to the games and you see kids wearing a hat backwards. Yeah. Man, that's big. I love that.
I agree with you. It's so much. It's just for this small product. It's so much can happen, right? Because my brain, my juices is thinking, right? Yeah. Because like going back into tying the fans into it, right? Imagine we design the hats, and for 1 month, for every game we play hometown, right? Yeah. Whatever, you just come to after the game over, you have somebody bring the hat to you, and you just give it to the fans. Yeah. Obviously, we make 2 of them, so you keep one and give it to, and look how personal that is, because now you got a fan that come to watch you play every game, and they have a one-of-one hat that nobody else got, because in their eyes, your hat, your personal hat you wore. Yeah. I feel like, and that's a story for them to go, where you get this hat from? Oh, you can't buy it because I got this from Kelly personally. He threw it to the, you know, so that's the story behind it, you know. Yeah. And I feel like that is dope. That's how we can involve all the fans too. Right. Because it's personal. They walking out the arena with a one-of-one hat. They got on their head that everybody walking past like, man, I see you caught the hat, man. Yeah. I feel like that, and they're gonna be excited for that for every game they see. Oh, they play here. I know I'm about to get a hat. You know, so I feel like that is dope. I feel like that is something we can catch in body. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up because, you know, I know where you're from. I know things you like. You know, we can go more into things you like and how could we showcase Utah. We come up with a bunch of different designs. For sure. And we play with like that. We can play with it off like that. Colorways, obviously, we're gonna play with the jazz colorways and also make sure it's black. So you know that's like your signature right there, and we could play off of that. So I feel like that is dope.
Heck yeah, let's get it.
Let's get it, man.
Come on.
When you have these conversations, you find out people just like you, people relatable. It doesn't matter what status, what caliber they are. And it's just amazing to be able to have one thing in common, which is a hat, and to be able to create whatever we want to create on it, to have similar ideas, different ideas, what he think we'll want to wear on a hat, what I think will look dope on a hat. To be able to do that and it's just being genuine, I love it. And to be able to tie the fans to what we did here, what we spoke about here, to capture that, and to be able to bring it to the field, to involve all the fans, I love it. I feel like I'm excited to see what come up out of it. Excited to start creating, get into the lab to see what I'm gonna come up with. So I'm very excited to see what comes out of it.